At age 10, Mike moved from Cleveland, Ohio to Los Angeles. He soon got into the street life of LA and became a local leader of a very notorious street gang, the Crips. But by age 19, he was living in Portland, Oregon, where he began bodybuilding with the encouragement of his father. He entered and won his first contest soon after beginning bodybuilding training, the Mr. Portland contest in 1976. From there, it was all uphill for Mike's bodybuilding career. He won the IFBB North America in 1979. In 1983, won the California Bodybuilding Championship. That same year, he competed in the prestigious NPC Nationals, placing third behind Bob Paris and Rory Liedlmeyer. He returned to the Nationals in 1984, this time winning the contest, and in doing so, defeated such bodybuilding luminaries as Matt Mendenhall, Rory Liedlmeyer, and Rich Gaspari. His top placing in the Mr. Olympia contest was third in 1986, losing only to the winner, Lee Haney, and runner-up, Rich Gaspari. 2 years later, he went on to the Professional European Grand Circuit Tour, winning contests in Germany and Spain. In 1990, he placed second in the Arnold Professional Bodybuilding Contest in Columbus, Ohio. A year later, Mike was offered a contract to compete in the new World Bodybuilding Federation, formed by pro wrestling honcho Vince McMahon. Mike couldn't turn down the $300,000 a year contract that McMahon offered him. And the Iron Warrior, as he was called, joined the crew of elite professional bodybuilders who had defected to the WBF from the IFBB. In the 1991 WBF contest, Mike placed second to Gary Stridham, and in doing so, defeated a number of well-known pro bodybuilders. That list included Barry DeMay, Aaron Baker, Danny Padilla, Tony Pearson, and Mike Quinn. Mike's 5 years of competition in the IFBB involved 22 contests and 5 victories. Mike was admitted into the IFBB Bodybuilding Hall of Fame in 2005. He also ran a successful clothing company called Platinum Everywhere. Mike was always a very popular guy and genial, and was known as the mayor of Gold's Gym because of his friendly and open demeanor to all who approached him. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Muscle Beach Hall of Fame, class of 2017, Mr. Mike Christian. To present Mike his trophy, representing bodybuilding.com, we've got Eric the trainer.
All right, let's hear it for Mike.
I never thought when I was 16 years old in my old friend Kenny Robinson's backyard lifting weights that my life would be so affected in bodybuilding. Initially, I started weight training to get my body ready for rival street gangs. But as I grew into a man, my outlook on life changed, and bodybuilding became a vessel for me and my family. I also developed a passion to be the best in the world. My first inspirations came from my friend from the hood, Inglewood, California, and it was Raymond Washington and Stanley Tookie Williams. We called them Buff to the Huff. My second inspiration came when I was 19 years old. A former Mr. America trucker model came up to a young Mike Christian, fresh out of Youth Authority, and convinced me to put on them dang little shorts. Mike Christian, Mr. America, Mr. Universe, Mr. World, father, husband, and one founding member of the Inglewood West Side Crips. That was fucking funny. Gunshot survivor, and yes, one-time drug abuser. My many relationships and forms of my income has changed, but throughout my life, one thing always remained the same in my 40 years, and that was bodybuilding. The sport has provided me so many precious memories. One of my favorites is as when I was in Gold's Gym Venice, I was working out on the leg press, and I had it stacked to the max. I had to ask one of the Barbarian brothers, David Paul, which was way over 275 pounds, to sit on a rack. These fond memories has carried me through low points in my life, and memories last forever. First, I would like to say to my mother, Claudia, who raised me and was my mother, died when I was 9 years old, the gift of life. Thanks to my father, Garner Christian, who always wanted me to win because he loved bragging about his son. I want to also thank Yvonne Ray Johnson, my first workout buddy, who always kept me pumped up. Charles Glass for taking me to the next level. I want to also thank Joe Weider, rest in peace, for providing the sport of bodybuilding, and Jim Mannion for continuing the tradition. Also want to thank Jeff Behar for recommending me, and Joe Wheatley for making this all happen. Leon Watkins and the Barbarian Brothers provided me a place to stay earlier in my career. I would also like to thank my brother Wayne for being a great help during my startup of my business, Platinum Everywhere, and continuing encouragement. CJ Esters, my daughter's mother, who always provided a great attitude and helped me through my difficult times. Takiba Christian, my firstborn, and the greatest Christmas gift ever. Later in life, she proved to be just that again by supporting me through my darkest stage. Thank you, baby. I love you, wherever you are. That's my girl. There she is. I love you, I love you, I love you. Oh, I love you. Jesus. I'm sorry. Last but not least, I'd like to thank Yvonne. I want to thank my fiancée Yvonne for her taking up the baton after my daughter Takiba and helped me rebuild my life. In 60 years, I've always had some good and bad relationships, but Yvonne has helped me restore my faith in women and given me another chance on love. It was good, girl. Took care of you. As I bring this speech to a close, I want to thank you all for coming out and celebrating this special occasion with me, and all my fans for sticking through with the Iron Warrior through my journey. I appreciate it. I thank you all. I leave here Mike Christian, Hall of Famer.
All right, give it up for the Iron Warrior. Mike Christian in the house. The Iron Warrior.